Most dairy farmers in Uganda face three major challenges. The first one is low milk output, the second one is shortage of enough feeds, and the third one is prolonged drought. Once again, I am your milk guy, Wabena Francis from Direct Consults, and today we are going to be looking at the major solution to at least 70% of these challenges in dairy farming in Uganda, and that is pasture selection. Why is pasture selection so important? A poor choice of pasture selection means poor results because you're going to have unbalanced rations. But also, if you make a poor choice, it means you're going to suffer from high costs, especially if you choose a pasture that you cannot manage. You'll have low returns depending on the area where you're coming from. Because if you choose a pasture that does not grow in your area, it means that pasture is not going to yield as much as it would have yielded. Let us first look at the key considerations you're supposed to look at before you select a pasture. The first one is the dryness of your area. If you're coming from a hot area, there are those varieties that survive in hot areas. Areas like Mbarara, you're coming from areas like Masindi, those hot areas, they have specific pastures that grow there. Secondly, you look at soil drainage. There are pastures that can grow well in poorly drained soils, and there are those pastures that only need well-drained soils. Pastures like alfalfa, if you plant it in an area where it is waterlogged, it will not grow. The third factor is costs, input costs. You have to look at the input costs and the returns from your pasture. For example, farmers who want to grow maize. Maize has the highest energy, but in terms of costs, because every season you will have to keep planting, preparing the land, it means you're going to incur a lot of costs. If you can handle those costs, then you look at maize production. If you can't handle those costs, then you look at alternatives. The nutritional goals. There are farmers who want to have balanced systems where you have a carbohydrate, where you have protein in the same sward. If you're looking at those goals, then there are those pastures that you can intercrop. For example, Camelo and Centrosema, whereas there are those pastures that you cannot intercrop, pastures like alfalfa. The fifth factor is altitude. Farmers from highland areas, there are pastures that grow well in highland areas. And farmers from lowland areas, there are pastures that grow well in lowland areas. The last and very important factor is the grazing system. You also have to consider the grazing system that you're going to look at. If you're going to do zero grazing, there are those pastures that can do good work when you're under zero grazing. But if you're going to do free range, you leave the animals to go and graze, there are also those pastures suitable for that job. So before you even start, before you even select a pasture, you have to look at those 6 factors that I've talked about so that you can make the right choice of a pasture. Therefore, let us go to Itungo Pasture Demo Gardens and we look at the different pastures they have. There are over 40 varieties of pastures, but at Itungo Pastures, we are going to choose only 20 varieties. So in this video, we are going to look at 20 varieties, and for those of you who haven't subscribed to this channel, I do not know what you're waiting for. Those of you who haven't liked this video, who haven't commented, you're missing out on great content. Let us go to Itungo Pastures and we look at the different pastures they have in their different demo gardens. There are very many pastures in Uganda, but here we are going to look at only 20 pastures that we have at Itungo Pastures, and we are going to be explaining this basing on the different criteria. And this criteria includes the nutrition. Do they have metabolizable energy majorly, or they also have some crude protein? Secondly, we are going to look at persistence and longevity. How long do these pastures last? We have pastures that last for 1 season. We have pastures that last for 1 year. But we also have those ones that last for over 7 years. We are also going to be looking at soil adaptability. Can they survive in acidic soils? Can they survive in waterlogged soils? Can they survive in neutral soils? We shall also look at the establishment period. How long do these pastures take to grow before harvesting? Either first harvest, second harvest, or for the purpose of why you have grown the pastures. Have you grown them for seed? Have you grown them for hay? Have you grown them for silage? How long should you take before you harvest these pastures? We shall be looking at management or the grazing system. Have you grown them for zero grazing? Have you grown them for free range, or you have grown them for a mixed system? But also we shall be looking at integration. Can you actually intercrop these pastures, or they are standalone pastures? So keep on this page as we look at these different pastures. This is Direct Consults, where we design the plan and you harvest the profit. Our first pasture is going to be stylo. Stylo is a legume, meaning it has a lot of proteins in it and it fixes nitrogen in the soil. Stylo can give up to 20% crude protein depending on how you manage it. The good thing about stylo is that it can survive in dry areas and even in low acidic soils. However, it has a very slow initial growth, meaning in the very first year, you're supposed to feed it slowly. But in case you have too much, then you can do cut and carry or you make hay out of it. People from hot areas like Karamoja, people from Nakasongola, Masindi, Mbarara, Chihuhura, stylo is one of the good pastures. You can mix it with the Chloris Guyana, you mix it with Camelo, you mix it with Sencras to provide balanced feed during the dry season. Our second pasture is going to be alfalfa. Alfalfa is also known as the queen of forages because it is very good in terms of protein supplementation. So dairy farmers who are looking for more milk production, alfalfa is one of the best. This pasture you're seeing here is a very wonderful legume because it has a lot of protein, more than 20%, and it is highly palatable. Yes, if you are looking to increase milk production in your cows, then alfalfa is one of those best pastures. For the first time, alfalfa you harvest after 3 months. As long as you have enough water in soil, you have enough manure in soil, and the pastures are weed free. Okay, alfalfa does not tolerate competition from any other pastures, meaning it is not supposed to be intercropped. Our third pasture is going to be centrosema or butterfly pea. This centrosema is a very good legume because of its twining nature. And if you intercrop it with other grasses like brachyrias, it intertwines in them and you get a mixed sward. So for those farmers who are willing to do free range system, is one of those best pastures that you can intercrop. But also if you're doing zero grazing, you can intercrop this centrosema in your Napier varieties and they all grow together. In terms of environmental sustainability and improvement, centrosema is a cover crop, meaning it covers the whole ground and it prevents soil erosion. But also it fixes nitrogen in the soil. After a given period of time, you're going to find your soils fertile. Centrosema can last for a long period of time, as long as you also manage it very well. Our fourth and fifth pastures are going to be the clovers. We have the red clover this side and the white clover this side. These two pastures are different, not just from the name, but also from the growth pattern. Okay, you see the red clover grows a little bit taller than the white clover. The growth pattern of the white clover is for it to grow horizontally, making it suitable for those free range systems. Okay, the other difference between these two is that this one survives a little bit longer compared to the red clover. However, both of them are nitrogen fixing pastures and they help improve the soil. These legumes give proteins to our animals, so if you're looking at dairy production, these legumes are going to be one of the best legumes you can give to your animals. I am going to give you a bonus legume. This legume is a wonderful shrub called coriander. Actually, every farmer out there should have it. Now, coriander is a good source of protein, and for it does not even need planting. You can see at Itungo pastures, it is planted along the hedge to save space, meaning you can have your garden of alfalfa, your garden of stylo, then in the boundaries you put there coriander. This coriander shrub is very good in that after removing these and you feed them to the cows, what remains can be used as green manure. You see this stalk can be used as green manure, but also this wood, these sticks, these stems, because cows cannot eat them, we can use them as firewood. Our seventh pasture is going to be Brachyria CV Cayman. Now Brachyria has different varieties and our first variety is going to be the Cayman. These grasses are sources of energy. This type of Brachyria can tolerate waterlogging, dry areas and controlled grazing. It is a high yielding grass, meaning if you have too much, for example in the rainy season, you can still make hay out of it. You do not have to worry about that. So farmers from lowland areas, especially those areas that are waterlogging, Cayman is one of the best pastures. Now this camelo is a vigorous, nutritious pasture. You can see it has given off a lot of biomass. The good thing about this camelo is it can survive even in drought areas, and it also has a high pest and disease tolerance. So if you're coming from a very hot area and you're looking to do free range, then camelo is one of the best varieties. It will remain green even when others are turning brown. You can mix camelo with centrosema or stylo and desmodium. Those ones will give you the protein. If you're looking to do free range system, your animals are going to enjoy it more. I love camelo so much, so farmers, I encourage you to plant camelo. If you have too much, then you can harvest this camelo and you keep it as hay. Carrier is a Bracharia variety called Mulatto 2. Mulatto 2 is specifically meant for those farmers who are doing cut and carry systems, or those farmers who are doing hay. Because if you leave animals to go inside and graze on this Mulatto 2, it is going to come out of the soil. However, it gives a lot of biomass, meaning you can harvest too much in a very small space. Panicum maximum variety called Tamani. Tamani is a green, leafy and soft variety that can survive well under drought areas, okay? Those farmers who are looking to do free range, whether it is goats, especially dairy farmers, Tamani is the one that is going to do for you wonders. Because of its fast growth rate and high biomass, it means you can make a lot of hay out of this Panicum variety. Our 11th pasture variety is also another Panicum maximum variety, this time called Mombasa. The difference between Mombasa and Tamani is height. Mombasa grows taller than Tamani, making it suitable for those farmers who are going to do zero grazing or who want to store it as silage. Because during the wet season, it is very difficult to dry these stems. If you have gotten a lot of biomass, a lot of herbage, it is better if you store it as silage. This Panicum variety can also grow very well under minimal shade. Meaning if you have your forest, but not with many trees, you can plant this type of Panicum. Our next pasture variety is Chloris Guyana, Rhodes grass. Now the variety we have at Tungo Pastures is called Endura. Endura has more leaves compared to stems, meaning a higher leaf to stem ratio. So farmers who want to make good hay from pastures, Chloris is one of those best pastures. The other good thing about it is that it can tolerate drought. For those farmers looking for feeds for their calves, Chloris is one of those good pastures. Chloris can also be intercropped with other pastures like green leaf desmodium, centrosema and stylosanthes. Our next pasture variety is Syncrus, commonly known as Molopo. Syncrus has exceptionally high drought tolerance, meaning even people in Karamoja can grow this pasture and their animals will enjoy it. As you see, it is a very wonderful grass, meaning it produces a lot of carbohydrate. When you grow it, it gives you a lot of biomass, okay? You can see just from the picture. Syncrus has a high nutritive value in terms of carbohydrate, and it also has a rapid growth. The next pasture variety is called Chikuyu grass. Now, Chikuyu grass has two varieties. There is lowland Chikuyu and there is highland Chikuyu. The variety we have here is called highland Chikuyu. Those farmers from highland areas like Rukunjiri, this grass is going to do wonders for you. Our 14th pasture is going to be the Australian red napier, and this is also a very good grass, famous for its red colored leaves and stems, and is very good for those farmers doing cut and carry for their cows. But it doesn't mean you can't make silage out of it. It also makes good silage, and because of its high biomass, you can get very much from a very small space. This grass has a lot of proteins in it, and it can reach up to 20%, even 25%, depending on how you manage it, the stage you harvest it at, and also the area where you've grown it from. However, if it is over mature, that percentage can drop significantly, reaching even 7% within a short period of time. Our pasture number 15 is Junkao grass. Now, Junkao is good for those farmers who want a lot of biomass, meaning if you're doing intensive zero grazing system, Junkao is one of the best pastures. The other good thing about it is a fast growing pasture and it can survive in hot areas. However, its hairy stem makes it unfriendly to workers, meaning that the workers must have protective gears when they are going to work with junkao grass. Pasture number 16 is Pakchong 1 or Super Napier. Now this is a fast growing Napier variety with at least 13 to 16% crude protein, meaning it is also good for dairy farmers, those who are looking to increase milk production. This grass has a fast growth rate, meaning if you're ready to be making silage every 2 months, you're going to have a lot of herbage from this Pakchong Super Napier. The good thing about this grass is that it has a very smooth stem, meaning that if your workers are working with it, they are going to enjoy because it won't be scorching their skins, it won't be eating their skins. Pasture number 17 is sugar graze sorghum. Now sugar graze sorghum is also an energy giving pasture. It has a good amount of energy, and for it is an annual pasture, meaning every year you harvest 3 times. However, subsequently the biomass goes on reducing up to the final harvest. The other good pasture we have is called forage maize. Forage maize is also very good in terms of carbohydrate and energy composition. Actually, maize is one of the best pastures when it comes to energy production. However, its cost of production is very high because when you plant 1 grain of maize, you're going to get 1 stem of maize. And after harvesting that 1 stem of maize, it means you have to go and dig the garden again, prepare it again, buy the seeds again and plant again, giving it a high cost of production. You can only do maize and benefit from it if you're doing it on a large capacity, giving you high economies of scale. Our second last pasture will be a herb called Commander Chicory. Commander Chicory is also a good protein source. It also has probiotic fiber, meaning that it helps your animals to survive parasitic conditions. This Commander Chicory is also a drought tolerant pasture, meaning people from hot areas, you can also have this one in your system. Because this pasture has a lot of fresh stems, you can keep this as silage, okay, when you have too much in the wet season. Finally, let us look at the Super K vines. Super K vines they are a type of vines that do not put on tubers because our major focus is on this herbage. So these leaves contain a lot of proteins, meaning your animals are going to enjoy it. They are highly digestible. However, if you do not have manure, these vines are not going to perform for you very well. And the good thing about these Super K vines is that they are liked by all animals. Whether you're doing dairy farming, whether you're doing goat farming, whether you're doing sheep, these Super K vines are one of the best nutrient supplements you give to your animals. We'll be back from the Itungo Pastures Demo Gardens. We have looked at the 20 pastures as I had promised. So now the best choice is upon you to make, and ensure that you choose a pasture that grows very, very well in your area. Now, the best strategy is to mix those pastures we've talked about. You mix grasses and legumes for balanced nutrition. But also don't forget to do rotational grazing, and in case you have too much of it, don't forget to conserve it as either hay or silage. And my dear farmers, remember that better pastures mean higher milk production, reduced supplementation, and healthier cows. But also remember that these stemmy pastures that I've talked about, things like napiers, things like vines, they grow very, very fast. And the faster they grow, it means you're likely to reduce their nutrients if you don't harvest them at the optimal stage. In addition to that, remember that some legumes like alfalfa and clover may require specific soil conditions, higher management, and may have low survival in hot areas and those areas in lowlands. It is also important to know that pure stands risk pests and they lead to soil depletion if you don't mix them and you do rotation with other pastures. Annuals like maize require planting each season, meaning this is going to increase your input and labor costs compared to the perennials. And over-reliance on one pasture can lead to nutritional gaps and overgrazing. Therefore, management of these pastures is key. Our final advice from Direct Consults is to always map your land first. Then secondly, you learn from nearby successful farmers. And finally, buy quality seeds from reputable suppliers like Itungo Pastures. Thank you so much for watching up to the end of this video. And I encourage you farmers to share your testimonies and challenges in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on the new trends in the dairy farming sector. Thank you for watching once again, and I encourage us to build a more sustainable dairy farming sector in Uganda by working together. Remember that at Direct Consults, we design the plan and you harvest the profit.